Hey guys, what's up? It's Kuranda here. I'm gonna go over my series with Siamato really quickly for AA finals. So this will be the game one. The team I'm bringing is a pretty cool team I got from Grey Bomb actually. It features basically it's just a Chien Pao bulky offense balance, and it's got some really good tools versus a lot of like the most common stuff right now. Of course, we're just regular Chien Pao. This actually is adamant Chien Pao because I'm trying to get crazy rolls and outspeeding like Meowscarada and all the other stuff. Cinderace, it's not really a big deal because the team covers that in other ways. So I think that was the only thing I changed on this team from Grey Bomb is I just made this adamant. But basically, Sword of Ruin. We have Earth Eater Garg with Ice Punch to just have decent coverage against like Garchomp and stuff. Because with just Salt Cure, Garchomp could kind of just come in for free. So at least Ice Punch lets you 2 KO them after a Salt Cure. We have Desolate Land Dirge, just pretty standard, physically defensive, really good into my opponent's Slitherwing. We also have just a regular standard Intimidate Corviknight trying to limit our opponent's Chien Pao doing a lot of damage to our team. Standard Corv, it's glue, you know what it does. So anyway, then we have a Regen Spidef Garchomp, and with last move Protect, which will come a lot in handy this game. And then Iron Treads as well, max HP, well-baked body on this one, also with Protect, so that'll also be coming in clutch this game. So we have our hazard setters here and double removal as well. So pretty decent team. My opponent Siamato, French player, really good player too. He actually didn't lose a whole game the whole tournament. His only loss came from in round 1 when he lost a coin flip when the host decided that they weren't going to get the game done. So anyway, he brought a Rotom Wash, which I wasn't really sure what the Rotom Wash would be at the start of this game because the Mesprit's pretty obviously regen. It could be AV, it could be Scarf with Trick. Wasn't sure exactly what it'd be. Tink is probably the fire resist here. Obviously he has a fire immunity somewhere on the team. The Electrode is almost certainly going to be a Magic Guard with like Chloroblast. He's been running a lot of Grassy Surge stuff, and then we'll see what the Slitherwing is, but probably just a boosting ability. And then I was kind of thinking it would just be Intimidate Corv, but it turns out to be Fluffy in the game. So anyway, we're gonna watch the game on normal here, and I'll try to go over it as good as I can. I lead Dirge because the Slither is pretty obvious. Dirge is pretty free, so I just wanted to see what his fire immunity was. So I Hex turn 1. I kind of figured it would be Tank, and I also didn't think he would just let his thing get Wisp to like EQ on turn 1. So I was like, it's fine to just figure it out. I go to Garg right away on Tink because I don't really want to let Corv get its lefties knocked because it actually does get 2 KO'd by a lot of the boosting abilities from Slither even after the Intimidate drop. So I was like, it's fine to let my Garg, and I didn't really expect SD, so I was like, oh, I can just go to Garg and heal Gigaten for half, but it'll be fine because I'm max defense. So I go to Garg, I get up my rocks to trade with his rocks. I really want to limit how many times the Slitherwing can come in and click buttons, especially because at this point I don't know if he has Grassy Surge or not, and Slitherwing could just be EQ and it could hit the Dirge, and his team pressures Dirge pretty easily, but it's also very useful against his team because Dirge is really potent against Rotom, but it does get Volt switched on, so gotta avoid letting it chip down and avoid letting it get knocked for sure. So anyway, I just Salt Cure, get back up to full with Garg because it's going to be pretty useful this game. And I go to Garchomp on the Electrode because I'm going to be able to take 2 Chloroblasts. So I take the first one pretty cleanly. He actually switches out here. I think I just spiked. I protected here. So protecting here was probably bad. Probably Dragon Tail was good here, but he's just going to go to Corv just in case I had like whatever. I'm going to protect here on the Mesprit because it's probably Scarf, but I don't know. So anyway, he goes for U-turn turn 1, but I really just can't risk him having like Ice Beam and being Nod Choice. So I was like, there's no way I'm staying in here. So I just go right to Treads. He's going to Ice Beam me here, revealing that. So I'm pretty glad I didn't stay in. That would be a pretty terrible play because Garchomp's going to be basically my only way that Electro doesn't like just destroy my whole team. If I could get like an Ice Shard off, it'll kill it, but it's going to claim every time it comes in. So anyway, I just go to Treads. I knocked the Corv because getting rid of the helmet's good for Chien Pao, so I can spam Crunch pretty freely. And then it's not worth letting him body press me to spin when he'll probably just defog anyway. So I just go hard chomp. I guess getting the recovery would have been nice, and protecting with Treads there could have been nice too. But just going hard chomp and getting up spikes again is fine as well. I really want to keep spikes up because my game plan is kind of just to weaken the tank and then maybe Qianpao can do some stuff, because at this point I'm really not sure what the Rotom is, because Mesprit is certainly regen, and we know this is well-baked body, and we know this is probably Fluffy. I think he revealed Fluffy when I got damage on it. Yeah, with the knockoff, it was definitely Fluffy. So I was just like, well, we'll see how this goes. But he gets a crit on the body press there, not really a big deal, because I'll just be able to regen it all off. But I just like wasting some defogs here on protecting in case that ends up coming into contact, because I have 13 protects and I really only need them to stall his Chloroblasts. But otherwise, clicking protect once in a while is probably fine here, just to waste some PP. It's probably not too early to start doing that in this game, but anyway, I finally pull my switch into Garg to get up my rocks again, because that's kind of the game plan on Corv. I stealth rock there instead of salt curing, because I really thought, I don't know, I didn't think he would go tank, but I thought getting up the rocks would be all right there. I can't let Garg get CC'd, so I have to go to Dirge. He brings in tank. Of course, I cannot let Dirge get knocked. If I let it get knocked, I lose. So go hard to Garg pretty freely, since Gigaton is not 2 KOing me. So unless he has Encore here, I guess that would be a little bit of trouble. But I can Salt Cure, and if he Encores me there, then he's like really low. So we'll see what happens. But anyway, I just recover, because even if he Encores me, it's nothing much. Anyway, I got up to full, and I can switch out here, but I figure he's just gonna Volt Switch this turn, so I actually just Salt Cured. I think it's a fine play. Maybe a little bit greedy if he Hydros there, I could be in trouble, but got away with it there. He does have the grassy terrain up now at this point, so the Chloroblast is gonna be really scary. So I have to go Chomp. Basically, I guess going to Core first would be all right. It's kind of just scary, man. It's like an electric type, right? Corv can take one electric move though, so probably going to Corv would have been all right. I have to protect to get the lefties plus the grassy terrain. Healing up, and now at 67, I'm pretty sure I checked the calc. Here, let's just double check it really quickly. But I'm pretty sure he has to max roll me to kill me. I think max roll is like 68 or 69, so we'll see what ends up happening. I'm sure I can find it really quickly. I don't mind taking my time, because so 67, and I'm at 67, so I was like, I'm pretty comfortable to just try to take this, and I live on 3, which is very nice, because he's half of his Chloroblasts are almost out. He's only got 5 left. Electrode's at 45. It won't be able to come in on an Ice Punch, won't be able to come in on practically anything, not even Shreds. So I feel really good about where I'm at right now, turn 30. Of course, he can go right back to it, and he did Future Sight here, so this is a perfect turn to just protect, because at this point, if I had gone Garchomp, I would have died. So this protect really came in clutch on the treads here. I guess I could have gone to Corviknight there as well, but like, he's never electric moving, but that's a lot of chip for Corv to take, and then having my Corvin is really not beneficial at all. Like, it doesn't really do a whole lot this game, except for just getting knocked by Tink, and it doesn't actually like pressure it. And since he is revealed Grassy Surge, I know that Tink's HP is going to be like the most important thing on my game plan is keeping it low, because Dirge can always win if Tink gets killed, which can really happen, because Qianpao, even though he has like a lot of counterplay to Qianpao with Grassy Surge Rotom, which can come in on Crash and protect and stuff, and Tink, like, Corv is taking 50 from a Crash, it's Fluffy, so cooking Crash versus his team is like really strong, so that protect is really good. I don't stay in because he's just gonna kill me with another Chloroblast, but of course, so I go back to Garchomp. He goes to Rotom here. I probably should have just gotten up spikes here, honestly. At some point this game, he was definitely gonna burn my Chomp. Going Dirge there is pretty good though as well. I catch the Hydro, and he does have Grassy up, so I will be able to get up back to full. I think I actually hexed here. Okay, I Wisp. That was definitely a misplay, because he was never doing anything except for going to tank, especially with Grassy up. He wants to heal this, so definitely slacking off there or hexing, trying to keep this low was better. But back to Garg we go. Even though this thing has this is steel stab Gigaton Hammer, we're going into the Rock type. Very funny. I Salt Cure there because I'm at full. There's no reason to recover on the Gigaton, because if I can weaken the Tink at all, that's like super good for me. I think I just got right back up to full here. Yeah, Right back up to full. Don't stay in on the hydro. This was a terrible play. Stacking treads here was awful. See, this is why wisping was so bad with Tink, because I couldn't just go right back to Dirge on the Volt Switch, because it really leaves me in a bad spot. At this point, I think he doesn't have Earthquake because he has Grassy Surge on his Slither, but I knew he would have, like, I was not sure what ability he was at this point. I think Adapt was kind of revealed, but I also thought he might have been Tintilez based on the damage. Or I guess he couldn't have been Tintilez, but like anyway, I'm not sure. But definitely letting Treads here die here was pretty bad, because even later I would be able to let Chomp take a Wisp. I think at this point I was like, I can't let Chomp take a Wisp at all ever, because he might still be able to win with Electro just clicking Chloroblast if he gets the turns right, because he does still have 4. And if I don't have, if the burn negates the leftovers recovery with Grassy Surge up, he will almost certainly 2 KO me. So I guess I'd have to be like, just play super smart with Chloroblast. But anyway, sacking the treads with there was fine. He had to Hydro, but I figured if he Hydroed into Dirge, it's like really, it's not really bad for him, but he just like lets me get up back to full. And I just thought treads covers the electric and the wisp, so I was like, oh, let's go treads here. But he catches that pretty well on turn 38 and kills my treads, so really scary. I won't be able to get the spin off this game, which is probably fine, because he's going to be the one defogging, because I'm the one wanting to chip down the Slither, chip down the tank. Getting up spikes this game is super important. Here I go Corv instead of straight to Garg. I think it was because, yeah, I couldn't tell you why I did this actually. In hindsight, probably just Garg was fine with. I think I went to Corv because in case he goes to Trode, letting Corv have the leftovers is better than Garg. I don't remember this. But letting that get parried for free is kind of dumb, because I was just going to go to Garg after anyway. But this is fine. I also do let him heal because of the Grassy. Luckily, he misses there, so he's going to have to click it again, and he won't be able to just spam it. But anyway, I get a free Salt Cure because he misses there. Because he can't really click Gigaton there. I'll just recover, but I don't know. Anyway, we get some damage off on the tank to keep it at 60, and now the Rotom is also at 60. I think I Salt Cured here again. Recover was kind of goofy here. I guess Salt Cure or Dirge was the play, but he's trying to go back into tank and make some progress, or not make some progress, but just like prevent progress by letting himself get healed. And I kind of think him T-waving here is, I don't know, it's pretty greedy. You're gonna let me chip it down to 46. That's a little bit much. And then like, yeah, at this point, like, I guess, yeah, like his Electrode takes 20 from the Salt Cure. But I was like, well, I have to prevent the Electrode, so I'm just going to click Ice Punch, because if he goes to Rotom, it's whatever. I'll probably just get parried anyway. But I do kill the Electrode on turn 46, which is super good for me, honestly, because he still had 4 Coral Blasts, so he definitely could have gotten a kill still with his Trode, but I don't know. That's just like one of the plays that like happens in a long game like this. Here, he knows he can get the poison powder off for free, so he clicks it, because I didn't even think this was like a possibility. I have never seen anyone run poison powder, but it's pretty decent. Here, like, I guess because in Tim Corv can't actually switch into Slithering. It has to be like Fluffy, but he doesn't have like the fire move last. He probably has first impression CC. But Poison Powder to hit Dirge here would have been super good for him, because then my Dirge is on a timer, and it really can't ever get Tink to die. So I'll have to like win with my Chimpao, and he still has the Rotom, Tink, and Corv Core. So it'll be really hard for Chimpao to make progress if he hits that. Anyway, so he misses that, so he probably won't ever get an opportunity to do that again, unless he like really gets some Wing in for free. But I Wisp there, because if he clicks it and I hit Wisp, Wing becomes a non-issue, because then Corv can just deal with it, and then at that point he probably can't break my team. He definitely still needs, it's difficult for him, but at this point, yeah, I have to Salt Cure constantly, because I have to weaken the tank, and now that tank's at 30, Chimpao is a massive threat, so this is really good for me. Here he could probably click Poison Powder again, but I think he just goes for a U-turn. Fair enough, fair play. He does chip the Slithering for free, so him clicking U-turn there is kind of a waste. I think he should have gone for a Poison Powder again, because I can't even like remotely afford to let Garg die. But anyway, he brings the Rotom back in. When Grassy Surge comes in, he can just force progress to, or he can like limit Tink. So, or I have to limit Tink's recovery. So I go hard to to Chomp, and I don't really want to let it get Wisp, so he Volt Switches there. Great play by him. That was great. I mean, at that point, I definitely could have just like EQ'd for free and got like pretty negligible chip, I guess. I would have done like 30 or 40, but he would have healed and he can protect the next turn. But I guess if I crit, I might kill. But anyway, he volts and my Dirge is weakened now, so that's all right. That's a good play for him. We're keeping up the momentum. So yeah, I probably could have just started getting up spikes. I kind of think that would have been better for me. Anyway, he gets the first para here. He goes Mesprit, and I really just want to, I don't know. I figured I could sit on this, just Salt Cure, and then at the end recover. I only have 2 recovers left, so I don't know. But Tink only has 4 Gigatons left, so that earlier recover was definitely a misplay when I healed 5, but I figure if I can Salt Cure, because he has to Future Sight. But anyway, he Future Sight, and now on turn 59, I have to recover, and he gets 3 straight paras. So that's super bad, because Garg is basically dead. He's going to take the 40. Like, there is no other play. I mean, I guess there's a play 57 going Corv. But I just have to play really carefully around Mesprit, and for him to get 3 straight paras is really sad, because now my Garg is dead, which means his tank will be able to heal really freely. And like even just like here on turn 60, he should have gone to tank and started getting the leftovers. He can knock Corv, and sure, I can body press him, but it's not gonna do, I mean, he'll do like 30, but so I guess maybe it's fine for him. He wants to get up the grassy surge so he can go into tank. So anyway, here I just can't let him go tank, so I'm gonna get up spikes, and then maybe I'll make it double next turn. So I think I go to Chien. That was my genius plan at this point. He actually Hydros here. That was yeah, Dragon Tail was actually better there. That was fine by me. And I got damage on this Slither here. So now he can U-turn for free, but I should still just protect to get up back up to full for Chomp. In case I need to like take an Ice Beam or something stupid later to get up a spike, just to limit tank. So anyway, back to Corv we go on the U-turn. I'm sorry if this game has gone on really long on the recording. Only 17 minutes we're at, but this was a longer game. The next game is not as long. But anyway, we U-turn, go back to Dirge, get some free healing. I pull the double to Qianpao, kind of expecting the tank because Sacred Sword will kill from there, and it's fine to just click it. I don't know. Anyway, he goes to Mesprit, so I crunch because why wouldn't you crunch? Hindsight, Icicle Crash is super good there because I have 2 layers up, and if I crash there, I almost certainly get a kill. So definitely a misplay turn 69. I should never crunch there. I guess I was a little bit scared he had like Flamethrower or something stupid on Mesprit. But yeah, that was dumb. So now he defogs. I get up a spike, but we're just back in this thing, except now I'm burned, so I can't actually do anything to him. So I Dragon Tail him for 1%. I protect just so I can get up a spike on the U-turn if that happens. And back to Corv. I should really always be going to Corv on Mesprit. Here I U-turn, which was really good because it stopped him from making progress, and I can get the Grassy Surge on Garg. And I don't know, I can take a Volt Switch with Corv, and I figured he would make an aggressive play. So that was a really good play by me. I'm not trying to toot my own horn too much, but here he goes to Mesprit, which is just like, he's obviously Assault Vest at this point. So I was like, well, I don't want to let him Future Sight for free. So I'll go to Qianpao, and he U-turns and gets a crit, which is terrible because now, well, I'm out of range of rocks because of the thing, and I have knocked the helmet, but it's just like, oh, now Qianpao is at 27. That's not good. Everyone's hyping up the Mesprit. Very cool. But anyway, I block the Future Sight and I get another Garg heal turn, so now I'll be able to recover on something. He makes the double the Corv, sure enough. Here I get it in again because he has to roost. Or, I mean, he could U-turn there probably, but roosting is really good for him. And here I go for recover and I'm blocked again. So the Garg is probably maybe going to be able to heal. But like at this point it's kind of sad because it got prepared like 5 times and couldn't do anything because Salt Cure at this point is like super free. I guess he can go Mesprit, but especially when I have hazards up, really good way to make progress. Here he goes Rotom, and oh, I should have paused there. But anyway, you saw, oh, please. Okay, yeah. Turn 89, we go to Dirge on the press because of course he's going to press again. I double to Qianpao kind of thinking Tank was just going to come out straight up because he can't U-turn, he can't afford to let Corv die. and he goes to Rotom, which is kind of alright. I wish I had Wisped, but it is what it is. I get Qianpao gets another 3 thing of recovery, and here it's pretty free for him to click Protect. He hasn't clicked it yet, but that's his last. And Qianpao with Crunch, the roll was like 65 to like 75 or something. So I was just like, fuck it, I'll click Crunch. If I kill the Rotom that's like super blessed, he'll probably just Protect here anyway. And then I get like another 7% of recovery on Qianpao. And then my plan is just to go Chomp next turn. Like if he Volt Switches here and kills my Qianpao, that happens, I guess. I don't know. I got nothing to say. He makes the double Demesprit. That's all I'm gonna say. I guess he is expecting my Chomp to just come out right away. But yeah, he could have protected here. That was a bit of a an impatient play. And this whole thing, the whole thing is, I feel like this whole series, Siamato played a little bit impatient, and that's probably because of our scheduling. We have a 6-hour time difference, and he's a European, and I'm on the east coast of the Americas. So he does. He is playing really late, and he's like known to not like playing late. So that was definitely not a good double. He goes to Tank, takes the spikes, and at 36 he's gonna die to a Crunch. So I was like, okay, I'm just gonna click Crunch here, and then I get another 6% from Grassy. He goes to Corv. I don't get the drops there, which is fine because I probably wouldn't Crunch there again. Anyway, he U-turns, leaves Corv a little bit weak. His Corv is dead to 2 Icicle Crashes. So Icicle Crash looking mighty fine against his mad resists over here. But definitely Rotom can come in and protect. So he gets Slitherwing in on Chomp. I still have Protect. The thing is that Greybomb designed this team. He's like, yo, all the stupid breakers in this tier, like Volcanion and Heatran, if you can Protect on them, you can fuck them up. So I was like, that's kind of genius, and that was the whole point behind this team. And like, if Chomp didn't have Protect, I wasn't winning this game. No way, no sir. Anyway, so I got Dirge in on the Rotom here. Did I Hex here? Good, I did Hex here. So he's back up to 21. I still can't let this thing get knocked. If I Hex and he knocks me, and I don't know, he can get up his rocks, but like, I just think that's like my lose path. That's how I lose the game. So I just go right to Garg. It kind of prevents it from getting rocks. I guess if I go to like Corv or Chomp, he just like gets free healing, and I guess I could have gone Chomp. But yeah, going to Garg there as a sack prevents rocks. Here, turn 99, he dies to his Sacred Sword. So I click Icicle Crash because it's like a roll for him to die to it anyway. I think if I min roll, he'll live. But anyway, so I miss Icicle Crash, so it's a super painful moment because now Qianpao is paralyzed. You guys can all see it. Yellow magic, you know what that means. Anyway, he gets up rocks now, so now it's looking super bleak. But at this point, my win path is like somehow killing Tink, and he stays in to knock my leftovers and takes 43, which is hilarious because now he's at 12 after Spikes. So if I can keep Spikes up, I mean, he has a whole Corv, so I won't really be able to keep Spikes up, especially now that Qianpao is paralyzed, because it is still faster than Corv, but it's slower than everything else, so it really can't come in and get Icicle Crashes off ever. I Dragon Tail because I kind of felt like Corv was really off these there, and I pull the Tank, which is super good for me because now he's I guess he's still back at 24, so it's not really super good for me. There wasn't really any progress, but here I Earthquake and he lets the Tank die, so the game is over at this point because Skeleturge wins. So bizarre. Another, yeah, like he had a full Corv and he didn't go to it twice. I guess going to Rotom is fine and all, but like, yeah, this was just impatience on his part. He probably should have won this. At any rate, I know Siamato is a really good player, but that he definitely got punished for that, and now he's just going to lose to Dirge. Dirge just wins. Not much that can be done. Like, the Rotom can't really make progress on it. This thing never hit the Poison Powder, and Corv just dies from full. So yeah, he goes for a Poison Powder now, but it's just like over as fuck. I can get up Spikes. Like, there's nothing you can do. The Crunch turn on Mesprit was definitely very tilting for him, I bet. Because crunching is kind of a dumb play there, but like I kind of figured he would just Protect, and I could get like the extra 6% for free. And like, what, he's gonna like let me get the roll there. It was like a 30% roll for me to kill, but I just figured there was a 100% chance that he was clicking Protect and I wasn't gonna get the chance. But anyway, so he let Mesprit die on a weird double. And that was this game basically, because Garchomp just clicks EQ and it's over because the Corv is dead. So that was the game. We talked about it here a little bit. Yeah, it wasn't max roll. I think it was like there was a couple rolls they would kill. But yeah, anyway, we talked about his Slither being adapt there. Anyway, super cool team on his part. Like Mesprit, everyone was super hyped to see Mesprit. Anyway, so that was game one. It's as a best of 3, but if I lose the best of 3, we play another best of 3, which we were totally never gonna play tonight. We would play it some other time. Not sure when, but anyway, we're gonna move on to game 2. This is my game 2 team. I was gonna bring Specs Inteleon just because a lot of his stuff, like if you look at the game 1 replay, which I still have up, like his water resist is Rotom. He has that AV Mesprit, so I guess that's pretty good, but if I got hazards, like that thing's not taking 2 Specs Surfs or whatever. So he had been building a lot, he had been running a lot of that stuff, so I was like, well, I'll just bring Inteleon, let's see what it can do. It was Specs before the game, but I changed it to Surf because I realized I was gonna lose to the hilarious Photosynthesis Lando-I. So I was like, alright, whatever, it's fine. It'll still do Inteleon things. This Tran is like super fire. I was using it in tests and it always got kills. Nobody expects it to be fast as fuck, and it's fast as fuck. That's about it, all I have to say about it. It's really good. Standard Fluffy Chomp. We got like a standard defensive core with Core of Goodra, Chomp, and then Zapdos just kills things, so not much to talk about there. He loads this team, which he loaded against Sammy CE with pretty basic sets. He got Hadron, Triage, Intimidate, Magic Guard, Fluffy, Regen. In the game he used it before, this wasn't Regen, but I knew for sure he was Regen here. So I knew on matchup, Inteleon's practically useless. It'll never touch Goodra. It like tickles it. Its strongest move is like Ice Beam and Freezing. I guess Ice Beam does 16%, so it's a clean 8-hit KO or whatever. So anyway, we'll hop right into it. Not really sure what my game plan was. I guess I can just like chip the Rotom turn 1, so that's why I went to Inteleon. Because also if he goes to like any of these two or this, I mean, yeah, he probably would fear the Spec Surf, so I can just like U-turn and bring in Zapdos for free, which is a super big progress maker. Maybe not here because I'm banded and I really like to be able to switch my moves against his team because he has a bunch of resists. The only thing that doesn't resist anything is the Quack, which can actually take a fighting move. But like, yeah, this takes a Brave Bird not well. This doesn't take a Brave Bird well. This takes a Brave Bird fine, but this thing is actually faster because I'm actually adamant Gyapdos. But anyway, so I lead off with Intel. He leads off with Rotom, which is great because I can get some free chip on this, and so I'm just gonna U-turn into Goodra for free. This is Scarf, so I was really hoping he wouldn't trick turn 1 because I mean, I don't know. Having the AV is pretty good for a Nam, but this thing being able to switch his moves is pretty decent. Gyapdos actually outspeeds it if he tricks, so that's really good. But I wasn't really sure what that would do for him, so it would make him switching into Heatran a lot better. So anyway, he lets me chip the Rotom more, which is kind of funny, but whatever. I mean, I guess he didn't really have anything else to go to. He has a whole Goodra. What am I talking about? Yeah. He just doesn't want to let Goodra come in, like Gyapdos come in on a Goodra, which is super fair. Here, I just Earthquake. I don't mind him getting the Dragon Tail, because if I get the Dragon Tail into Zapdos, fun things happen. But yeah, he pulls Heatran. I can't stay in on the Goodra. He's run a lot of Surf on his stuff, so I was like, Surf is not fun to take, and definitely taking an Earthquake and losing Heatran is awful. Even if I hit a Wisp and take an Earthquake, if he like crits me, I'll die, and then I'll for sure lose to Enamorus, since Goodra was already burned at that point. So I do have Sludge Bomb on the Goodra, so I will be able to limit what the Enamorus can do, and then Steel Beam will be able to revenge it pretty easily. But here, this was dumb. Turn 9 was dumb. Last time I did this, I probably should have lost this game. Turn 9, I threw the game away. He low kicks and I take 86. If he like higher rolls and I die to burn, that's just like game over right there. Honestly, it's pretty bad now because I have to sack the Inteleon, and it like still could have done stuff. It depends if he has like E-Speed on Arcanine, which he probably does, and I'm probably in E-Speed range after like a round of Stealth Rocks. But anyway, this game like devolves pretty quickly here because I have to sack the Inteleon. He gets a Hydro off, and now like I guess going to Goodra here was probably better because I get maybe not, because I might die to like 2 Hydros and burn damage. And it's not like I can switch out. So I guess Chomp is pretty good here. I just get up my rocks, pretty sure. He goes to Nam. I think he should have gone to Lando and got up his rocks. I don't know. It's a whole Garchomp though, so you never know. Garchomp's fucking scary, man. Like the special attacking sets are really scary. So I go to Corv because I can't let him E-power anything, and honestly Corv is not doing a whole lot this game. It's just U-turning on his Lando, which is what it's going to do here. And luckily he doesn't. So I count the 2%, and it's Fluffy for sure. So I'm like, all right, he's gonna die to a flamethrower. But the thing is that the min roll on Fluffy on flamethrower killing him is 92%. So I know I have a guarantee kill, but if he calcs like Lava Plume, or if he thinks he's faster, he's just gonna stay in and die, and that's exactly what happens. I'm not exactly sure what he was thinking. I guess he just thought that he would live, really, and kill me with Earthquake, so that Enamorous would kill, or maybe he was really fast, but I kind of just thought I would just kill him there, and that's what happened. If he had like a bunch of Spit F, I would like mold super hard, but like no one runs Fluffy Spit F, so I was like, okay, this is fine, I'll just kill him. He goes to Arc here, which is super free for him, but I have a Fluffy Garchomp, so super free to just go to that for me. He makes the good double into Enam. So now I just go to Goodra right away, because even if he gets to +2, the Sludge Bomb damage plus rocks will make sure that he'll for sure die to a Steel Beam. So if he like Calm Minds again here, I can Sludge Bomb, and the 24% or whatever it does, plus like Poison chance. If he did have Sub, that could have been a problem, but yeah, I can just go to Heatran here, and of course Steel Beam's still gonna kill him. He never went to Goodra here, so I was a little bit confused. I guess he, especially now that Lando's dead, right? He just doesn't want Goodra in ever because Zapdos gets a kill. So Zapdos just being on the team, carrying its weight, because it won't let Goodra come in and do things. Anyway, he brings in Rotom here. I have to sack Heatran because I have nothing to take a Hydro still, especially now that Goodra's dead. Corv takes one Hydro, so getting the U-turn chip off is super good. So I just go to U-turn. Plus, if he switches, I get a kill with Gyapdos. Here I go to Gyapdos, and if he Flare Blitzes here, I probably lose to Hydro Pump, which is hilarious because he just switches out, and I yeah, because I'm adamant. Pretty dumb. Probably should have been Jolly, but anyway, at this point, Zapdos does his thing, clicks fighting move, things die. He goes back to Rotom here. I clicked Thunderous Kick, so he couldn't click Hydro there, and now I can go to Rotom, or the Corv, and take the Hydro. Hydro is like a roll to kill me here, but he'll probably, I think he should have gone for it because he can still win if he hits that. But anyway, I bring in Garchomp. He doesn't click whatever he had, and that thing dies. He doesn't have anything to switch into Earthquake now at this point either, so it's looking pretty bleak for him at this point. He needs like a crit with Rotom, for sure. But that's basically what this devolves into. I go into my Zapdos and I click CC because I think there was a chance Thunderous Kick didn't kill. Anyway, I don't know. Probably Thunderous Kick was better because it means he has to get 2 crits, but I didn't calc because I was nervous, so I didn't. And he goes Rotom and he clicks Hydro and he kills me. And at this point, he has clicked Hydro 6 times and he hasn't missed. So I was like, if he crits me now, I deserve to lose. But luckily, I live and I win. And I won the tournament. And I'm gonna put this video in my win post along with some shoutouts, but I just wanted to go over the games. I felt like it was something I could do pretty easily and have fun doing, so I did that, and I'm glad you guys stayed till the end and watched the video. And yeah, fucking pretty hyped about this win. Pretty awesome. It's my first like actual tournament win. I won a Mix and Mega Unbanned tournament a little while ago, but this is like my first Smogon tournament win, so pretty stoked about it. Anyway, thanks for staying to the end, watching the games with me, and thanks if you guys enjoyed any of that AA stuff. I'm sure the new meta will be fun. And yeah, cheers. Thanks for watching.